connect that feeling into each of the joints and open the joint up. So it's like you're opening a pearl. You expand the light, you stretch the 12 joints, the wrist, elbow, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, stretch them all open, stretch the whole spine, suspend the head, just open everything up. So once you're in this open state and you feel inside the life force, any movements that you do inside that field will naturally regulate your structure because the joints are all open. Now, if I move back to the physical and I move out of the life force feeling, I let my joints close a little bit, the natural way people engage muscles, the muscles connecting around the joint pull on the joint and lock the joint up. So people naturally are doing contracting type movements. An internal energy development system, an internal martial arts system, does the opposite. It opens the joint, it relaxes the joint, puts energy into the joint, and then through that connection, you do your movements. Now, it's a very simple process. Life force, get your mind on the right frequency. Stretch all the joints open. Feel the life force between your hand and your foot, so you're connecting. Every time I press my hands together, I'm pressing my hand to foot connection as well. So I'm pressing into the earth. So that gives me connected body mass. It gives me connected body mass through this magnetic feeling. So I magnetically press in and I magnetically push down. And these two forces link to the earth. And as I link to the earth, I connected mass to my energy field. So as I move my body weight down to my feet and back up to my hands, down to my feet and back up to my hands, my mass arrives on my hands and back to the feet. As you're moving your body mass up and down through the body, it's collecting energy. As you move your mass as a wave up to the hands and back down to the feet, your life force will get carried with that momentum wave of mass. If you have a very nice relaxed stretch in all the joints and through that connection, energy travels through that connection. So you're also amplifying through the elasticity. Elasticity is loading energy through the line. As you move your mass through the line, it's expressing itself as an elastic force. So all movements, if I want to create a vertical circle, I just move all the joints in a vertical circle. I can reverse that. So if I want the energy to come up and out, I spin the joints that way. If I want the energy to come up and out this way, I spin the joints that way. If I want to roll my opponent to the left or to the right, I rotate my joints and my waist in that way. So my whole structure is supporting mechanically the direction I want to send the force. So there's nothing mystical in this. We've all got a mechanical structure, we've all got elasticity in our body, and we're living beings with life force. So by getting the mind onto this frequency and getting all the parts of our body to operate together, we create internal energy by using this internal energy model. So we have three basic directions: vertical circle in two directions, frontal circle in two directions, and horizontal. So there's three circles in both ways. Once you have those three basic circles set up, it becomes formless. When you touch your partner's center and you touch their heels, and they put a force on you and absorb it into the field, it's like a mirror. That energy, as it touches, will reflect, and their balance will go in accordance with the alignments you place on it. So if I spin a little bit to the right as my partner touches, it will mirror and send them spin off that way. Sort of like throwing something at a spinning drum. Hits the drum, bounces off. The point on the drum that the object hits the drum will dictate where it bounces to. So if you preempt a particular force coming in and you start spinning the joints as you touch, depending on your timing of your connection to the center is what direction they're going to fly, what direction their base is going to move. So this very simple Qigong: feel the energy, rotate the joints, spin the joints on the different circles, horizontal, frontal, and then we can split. We can do two circles. We can split this way, we can split the other way, we can split this way, so we have two circles happening here. We can turn the hands flat, split the other direction, 2 horizontal circles. So we're drawing with one, striking with the other. When you start looking at these, all your receiving strike type methods, one circle's absorbing into the system, the other one's projecting. So the magnetic hand and the electric hand take the energy and redirect it. Okay, so what we do, you project a force of some type forward, so you just move towards me, take body stance if you like. As you push, I connect through the elbows, I put the energy down to the heels. I calibrate the mind onto the energy field, so I'm feeling through the energy, and then my whole body rotates the joint. Pick what direction I want to disrupt your heels once I've got that energy there. The movement here is very, very, very small, and the hip, this is a small opening and closing of the hip. All my joints have support. I've got a connected mass that arises on your hands, through my hands onto your elbows, and then it disrupts. It feels very, very light and easy because the unification of the mind connection to your body, the life force feeling, and connected mass. If you get these 3 qualities all working together, then you have a softness in the bridge that can express a lot of power. If you look at an energy wave from an earthquake in the ocean, traveling through the ocean, it's only a ripple across the surface of the water until it hits resistance, which is landmass. So we're using the same idea. We're connecting, and then as we create the energy wave through, we're just letting it travel all the way through here. I'm not really focusing on this point. I'm looking at your heels and your balance, and I let it travel all the way through your body. It's not until it's well down to your heels where your body goes, oh, my balance is going. It's already too late. Now, if I was to put this energy, if I was to put my mind on this point and then deliver the force here, I'm only getting a localized effect. But if I put my mind down there and then run the energy, it's a connected circuit. So you have to connect the whole circuit, and the energy goes through your mind. It's always regulated by that. So the connectivity of the circuit through my mind, through the feeling, I can feel your heels, I can feel your structure, and then I just activate. And that's key. So you're always getting a nice clean join to your partner's structure. Feel their heels. If you can get that energy touching the back of their heels, that's the back edge of their balance, and off they go. Alright, so you touch my elbows. Okay, taking my strong stance. Now as you take the force from here, just make a very, very small circle and then feel my heels. Just press down with my heels. That's it. Once you have that, do a few breaths of life force inside me and inside you at the same time, so you unify the mass, unify the connection. Now you can feel the energy pulsing onto my heels. Now choose one of the circles. Feel where does my body want to go, and then circle all your joints, your hips, and then pick up my base. Now, as you send that energy out, I want you to move the mind first. Like you're going to move your arm, your mind moves your arm, and your muscles engaged afterwards. So I want your mind to move my body just a little bit before you start your joint rotations, and then stretch through the field as you do your rotations. Yeah, that's it. Good. So what this does, it gets the mind to move the chi, and chi to move the body. So you're moving the field, and then you support it.